Hello everyone, thanks for choosing this video to watch. On this channel I'm documenting the full spectrum of cars in Iran, from ordinary daily drives to machines that exist here in ways you wouldn't expect. This market rarely appears in the global spotlight, but it's full of contradictions, adaptations and stories worth telling. Some of the cars you will see here are no longer in production, yet remain active in the second-hand market. Others disappeared internationally years ago, but somehow continued their lives here. And a few are so obscure, you might not believe they still exist at all. This is a look into a hidden automotive world. In the first decade of the 21st century, Nissan was one of the international manufacturers with a strong presence in Iran. Before major sanctions reshaped the market, this partnership brought in several models including the Murano and Maxima. But one model stood out far more than the rest. That car was known locally as Nissan Roniz, called Paladin in China, and Xterra in the United States.
Strip away the styling, TV screens, and even the cup holders. You know what's left? The only SUVs built on the Alpha truck platform. The ruggedly capable Pathfinder, Xterra, Armada. Nissan.
The first generation Xterra was produced between 1999 and 2004, sharing its platform and components with the Frontier pickup. The second generation followed from 2005 to 2015, built on Nissan's F-Alpha truck platform alongside the Frontier and Pathfinder. Contrary to expectations, the Roniz quickly became a luxury SUV in Iran, owned mostly by wealthier buyers. Not because of features, but because of scarcity. At the time, aside from the third generation Nissan Patrol, the Iranian market had very few serious SUVs to offer. The Roniz design was bold for its time, and its mechanical capability earned it a loyal following, from young drivers to off-road enthusiasts. The car had no advanced electronics, no luxury options, but two things stood out clearly: its unique rear door design and the presence of an auxiliary gearbox. Local production continued for nearly a decade. Over time, criticism grew, mostly due to outdated design and the lack of modern features. Around 2010, a facelift was introduced. It included an updated engine along with mandatory emission equipment, catalytic converters and canisters. These changes reduced power, turning the Roniz into what I'd call a victim of regulation. The facelifted version failed to gain traction with private buyers and was mostly purchased by government departments. Momentum in the civilian market faded.
Roniz. Nissan. Roniz. سفر مطمئن.
گروه خودروسازی سایپا.
Alright, let's take a closer look at the first generation Iranian Xterra. The exterior of this car fully serves its purpose as a true SUV. It's rigid, robust, simple, and completely utilitarian. There is no design complexity here. In fact, The only real standout design detail might be the rear door handle. The car looks serious. This is not an everyday city vehicle. Its height and ground clearance clearly show that it was built to handle rough terrain. Even the fender flares are actually functional, unlike the purely decorative plastic ones you see on many modern crossovers. Once you open the door, you are greeted by pure, simplicity. Especially in the Iranian version, there is almost nothing to talk about in terms of features. Not only does it look basic by today's standards, but even back then the dashboard felt minimal. If you are interested in this car, things like how the air vents look or whether the interior feels fancy shouldn't matter to you. What matters is durability, how long the parts last, and how well the vehicle survives harsh conditions. And here it is, the second generation Nissan Xterra. This version was produced around 2010, but production lasted only about 2 years. As you can see, the rear section of the vehicle was removed. As a result, its functionality changed and it was rebranded as a pickup. Apart from that, the car received no major facelift, and personally I think the changes were largely ineffective. Now let's answer the earlier question. Why was this car considered a luxury vehicle? At the time of production, the Roniz carried a price tag of nearly $40,000. Despite having no luxury features, it cost almost twice as much as the same car in the United States or China. So it was considered luxury, not because of comfort, but because few people could afford it. What's even more striking is the used market today. A well-kept 2010 Nissan Roniz can still command around $20,000. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode. Please do click on the subscribe button. I'll see you soon.